what is up? It is Megan, and today I'm going to be doing my March wrap-up and my April TBR. So I've decided now that my monthly TBR is just going to be a guideline of how I'm feeling and what kind of books I want to read, rather than something set in stone that I have to read each month or else the apocalypse is going to happen. Because if I read like that, and if I have that mentality, I just don't want to read anymore. And I'm actually going to go into a bigger tangent on that some other day. I have a whole video planned out for that. But, you know, this is just a quick wrap-up and TBR, so I just want to get straight into that. What happened to Goodbye? And this book was really good. I really liked this book, and it was so heartwarming and touching, and, you know, it's a Sarah Dessen novel. They're all pretty amazing and wonderful, and I love the characters. I love how realistic these characters ended up being, and I know people like these characters. These characters are so relatable. I can pick out people in my life that's like, okay, that is, what's her name? I forgot the guy's name. But, you know, that's a McLean, and that's a guy that she likes, and that's a friend that she makes, and, you know, that's like, I could definitely pick out people in my life that acted like these characters, and which is why I love Sarah Dessen so much, because she makes characters that are so relatable. So this second book was actually a reread for me. I had actually read the first couple chapters of this book and then listened to the rest of it on Audible books. I really loved listening to this book on audio because it was so, I loved the narrator and her voice, and the way that she voiced the characters was so nice. And if I could listen to more audiobooks, I definitely would, but it's a lot cheaper to just read the books rather than listen to them on audio, so I've decided that I'm just going to read books. But if I could listen to more books, I definitely would. And anyway, getting back onto the topic, this was the second book I read this month, which is City of Glass by Cassandra Clare, one of my favorite books in the Mortal Instruments series. And since Heavenly Fire is coming out in a couple of months, I decided to get myself pumped back up by reading a couple more of these books and reading some more Cassandra Clare stuff. But I just decided for this month I was really in the mood to read City of Glass. Remember how the supposed trilogy was going to end. This has definitely re-established in my mind as one of the favorite books out of the whole series, and since I had read most of this on audio, it was nice. I really loved listening to it on audio, but reading it through the second time and actually reading the entire thing was amazing, and I just this book is so good. I mean, if people that have not read City of Bones, City of Ashes, you have to get through City of Bones. It's a good book. I liked City of Bones. I would give that a 3.9 stars, which would obviously go to a 4-point star because they don't do points on like readable or good reads. But you have to read City of Ashes to get into the series. City of Ashes is so much world building, and then, oh my gosh, what is this stuff? I have to know what this stuff is. And so you have to read City of Ashes to get into the rest of the series. And I keep telling everyone this, and I say it in every video that I talk about the Mortal Instruments, but it's just so true. I've been going on a tangent. So basically, these are the two books that I've read this month, and I loved both of them so much. Now, since I'm not having a set in stone TBR, I'm just going to share with you a couple of books that I am in the mood to read, and I know I'm going to actually read in April. Not just things I want to read in April, or maybe I'll read this. I'm going to force myself to read this. No, I'm actually going to read this in April because I'm so excited to read them. This book I'm going to be reading on the plane to Italy, and it is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and I'm excited to read this. I've been wanting to read this for months and months, but I told myself ahead of time I'm going to read this on the plane. This is something I want to read on the plane to Italy. And Italy is a week away, and here is the book I'm going to be reading on the plane to Italy, and it is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and I'm excited to read this. I've been wanting to read this for months and months, but I told myself ahead of time I'm going to read this on the plane. This is something I want to read on the plane to Italy. And Italy is a week away, and here is the book. The next book is another Rainbow Rowell book, and it is Eleanor and Park. I just recently got into watching Megan Olivier's videos. Just recently gotten into watching Megan Olivier's videos about books, and she loves these characters and these people, and how even though it's kind of heartbreaking, she still loves this book, and I'm excited to read this book, and everyone's been talking about this book. It came out, I don't even know how long ago, but everyone raved about it and raved about it and raved about it, and I just never decided to pick it up. And recently I've been in a contemporary mood. I've been in a kind of boy meets girl, first love kind of mood, and so this is the book that I'm really excited to read hopefully this month. And the final book I'm going to read this month hopefully is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, and I am so excited to read this book. I haven't read this book in a year and a half, and I read it on the Kindle, and I really want to reread this series. I've been wanting to reread the series for a very long time, but I didn't want to reread it until I had the box set, because I didn't want to reread it on the Kindle, and I just wanted to own my own copies of this book, and I do now, so I can start rereading it, and I'm so excited to get into this book. So this is my March wrap-up, and this is my April to be read pile, and I'm so excited to start reading these books. I've already read this book, and I can't wait to dive into some kind of contemporary-ish novels. I've been loving contemporary novels like my Sarah Dessens and my Anna and the French Kiss and all those kind of books recently. I've been really enjoying those because dystopians just break my heart, and I've been taking a little break from dystopians because my heart can't handle all this heartbreak. So who knows what's going to happen this month, what I'm going to read. I'm going away. I'm going to Italy, as I've said in a couple of videos, and I'm super excited to do that. And I'm going to be taking some books with me, Fangirl definitely being one of them. And we'll see what happens in April, how many books I actually end up reading. So thank you guys so much for watching this. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to film one more video in this rainbow setup before I take it down and I put it back to the way it was, because I do love the way it was before. I loved it, but I really do like this rainbow setup. I just want to put it back to the way it was before I leave on my trip. I'm sorry if this video seems really scatterbrained or edited weird. It's just I'm all over the place right now in my talking, and I keep going on tangents about books and like what's happening in the upcoming weeks, and I'm just so out of it. I don't know why. I have a lot of makeup work to do because I was sick for 2 days, and that means I missed so much class time, and I missed a bunch of tests, and it was not okay. So I'm making all that up right now, and I'm kind of out of it. So thanks for sticking with me throughout this video. I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye!